So you've learned your Myers-Briggs type, you've studied a bit about the cognitive functions, or even a lot. And now what? What are you going to do with that knowledge? What's up, team? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology. So the cognitive functions are great. Personality type, I love this stuff. Myers-Briggs, I love spending time going into the theory about it and exploring it and connecting the dots and seeing maybe different potential locations or areas in my life that I can use it. But there comes a point when you actually have to really use it. That's me as an INFP, an introvert, an intuitive, a feeler who's saying, yes, we need to put some practical use to this thing. So this video series is going to be me going through a tip for each of the cognitive functions that you can use to engage it more. Now, these are not for the people who lead with this cognitive function. This video is about introverted sensing and one tip from there. So this is not for the SJs necessarily, because you do this stuff already. You already got this technique handled. This is more for the NPs or even NJs who are a little bit less able to wield this properly. And it's a technique to get more rapport with that introverted sensing, that methodical guardian type character who's checking into the past, who's recalling procedures and going into these timelines of experience from their past to implement it and check how you can stabilize the present and the future. Like how you can take those lessons from the past and use them to live a more comfortable life in a lot of ways. A life that has been prepared for, that somebody else has already gone through a lot of the struggles with. And you can just take those lessons and you can say, okay, let's do it this way then. We've learned from the past. We got hindsight. So for the ENPs, this is your inferior function or your aspirational function. So when you get really stressed out, this is something that can help you. But know that it's better to do things beforehand to prepare for that emergency. Like if somebody's climbing a ladder and it's all rickety and it's like swaying back and forth and squeaking and there are like a bunch of cats and dogs running around it and stuff, chasing a mouse or whatever it is. Like the mouse and then the cat and the dog, and they're all just running around in circles. You don't want to wait for the accident to happen and then be like, I guess we should call the ambulance and deal with this problem. Right? You want to prepare for it ahead of time. And doing this daily, this is why I'm thinking of it as a daily quest. Doing this just a little bit daily is going to give you more connection to introverted sensing in a positive way. It's going to let that character come out and show its skills a little bit throughout the day. And then it's not going to feel the need to force its way out. Okay? For the INPs, like myself, we tend to lean on on introverted sensing. When we want to support our decisions, when we want to support our calibration, like this is how I feel, I'm a good person or you're a bad person, or these are the ethical choices that I'm going to make, and well, let me check in with introverted sensing. Let me check in with my past to see if I can find the data to support that, the experiences to support that. And of course, it's going to tell us whatever we want to hear. But growing that a little bit, like giving a little bit more attention to it in a positive way is going to help. So here's the tip. You've been waiting this long. Here's the tip. Here's the technique. It's to do something nostalgic with a little bit of hint of nostalgia. And I know you're thinking like, wow, that's so easy. That's of course, but really take some time to relive past sensations. So do something that has some nostalgia attached to it. Okay? It could be smelling something that you really like from your past, like a certain fragrance. It could be eating or drinking a certain food or drink that is connected to a good past experience. You want to keep it good, of course. And relive those physical sensations. Like, take a bite of that apple and close your eyes and recall how it felt when you ate an apple at the park with a good friend or something like that. I don't know, wherever you eat apples. Or it could be like a scent, right? I have this certain scent that every once in a while it comes to me. I don't know where it is, and I can quickly go back into past experiences from when I was like 18 of this certain scent and the internal experiences that I had. And I can relive those, and it connects back to your past. And your past is something that you've lived before. It's something stable. It's something reliable. And it's going to calm you down a bit. It's going to relieve some of that stress. You could watch a movie that you've seen a bunch of times before. Maybe like some guilty pleasure movie that you just like, you know every word, just put it on, you know. Or music. Music is always a good thing. There are tons of emotions attached to it. Hopefully you can make a playlist of some music that you like, that you grew up listening to. It's got a ton of good experiences attached to it. Pop that on when you're going to work, or maybe when you're going to some situation that you think might be a little stressful. And it just puts you in the right mood. You're not trying to make judgments upon those based on your feelings, right? But you're just reliving them, recalling them, re-experiencing them. Okay, so this is just one tip that I hope helps you ENPs and INPs as well if you get a little bit stressed out. Okay, remember, once again, you can't just tell somebody, hey, chill, you're pissing me off right now, I'm going to put on my music and just stare at them until they go away. I mean, I guess you could do that and it might be a fun experiment, but that's not what this is for, right? This is for those situations where you're trying to build rapport with that character. Okay? So please let me know down below if you have done something like this before, if you do this and it helps, and also any other techniques or tips that you have for when you get stressed out, especially for ENPs and NPs in general. Okay? Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.